don't need security, bitch. I keep that Draco when I step. Niggas bitches, they'll talk about you, but never say how they feel. Fuck your gang, and if you walk with me, don't.
Wait, do your little intro.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Another Sad Allen meme has dropped. Sad Josh Allen is really like my life right now, and I'm loving it. Like this shit right here, this shit right here, this shit right here, this shit right here. I'm all for. And you know what's funny about those things is they happen back to back. So, happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays, whether or not you celebrate, that's up to you. What's going on, my man? It's been a week. We took a week off. Your
We took
co-host
the wrong
is.
week off, bro. We took the wrong week off.
I know. It's unfortunate because I traveled back home and I left my stuff here, so I was like, you know what? Let's just go. So before we actually start the show, remember I told you were gonna drag me. Let me tell you why. Because I'm pretty sure if you haven't found out yet, I'm okay. But let me tell you why. So remember how I'm always like on your head to like make sure you do pool host, right? Make sure you drop your picks with pool host, right?
Let me adjust my camera.
There's no need for that. There's absolutely no need for that. But yeah,
No,
I
no, I'm sorry. I'm just want to make sure I heard you right. So you didn't join Pool Host?
no, I didn't drop my picks. Even with the ones that I do for work, I didn't even do that one. So like I lost out on the money, even though I don't know how I'd have picked this week, so it's kind of funny. Seeing how these games
Mm-hmm.
went. I'm pretty sure I'd have picked Minnesota yesterday, and then to end up looking at how that thing looked yesterday. So in a way, I'm cool not being a loser, but in another way, I let down my the viewers, and I let down the people, not necessarily you. So
You see,
uh,
here's the thing.
I let the people down.
Because I'm a better person than you are, I'm not gonna
Okay.
rub it in.
Who says that? I'm an impression that you are, but okay, sure, whatever. Because right here it's like 37 degrees right now, and this nigga is in sunny fucking Miami. So fuck you being a better person than me. Nobody cares. Um, whatever, man. This nigga's about to glow.
Oh, sorry, six and seven to be exact. Like,
7 to be exact. I
yeah,
wish it was
no
in Atlanta
sun. I mean,
weather. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, you want to quickly do a breakdown of last week's games, or do you just want to kind of get into the mix of things? Because there's a lot that we got to talk about this week.
let's get straight into this week because last week is gone, it's past. Let's leave it
All
to
right,
the
so
wind.
this is kind of where I want to start, right? Let me pull up this
Hmm.
thing. I thought I had it pulled up. Um, uh, and this is we might have differing opinions about this. September 26th. When is like 6 days ago?
September
Tom Brady.
26th.
No. I was looking at the date when Tom Brady made his comments about today's NFL. It was about 8 days ago.
Hmm.
Tom Brady thinks there's a lot of mediocrity in today's NFL. His exact comments are, I think there's a lot of mediocrity in today's NFL. I don't see the excellence that I saw in the past. I think the coaching isn't as good as it was. I don't think the development of young players is as good as it was. The rules have allowed for a lot of bad habits to get into. This is the part where I fucking hate. The rules have allowed a lot of bad habits to get into actual performance of the game. I just think the product, in my opinion, is less than where it has been. I think there's a lot of mediocrity in today's NFL.
Hmm.
And then I look at I look at a lot of players like Ray Lewis, Rodney Harrison, Ronnie Lott. Those guys impacted the game in a way, in certain ways they would hit. And every way and every hit they would have a penalty today. He said you hear coaches complain about their own players being tackled, and why don't they talk about how to protect themselves? Blah, 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 blah. We used to work on fundamentals of those things all the time. Now they're not trying to be, now they're trying to be regulated. Offensive players need to protect themselves. It's not up to defensive players to protect an offensive player. A defensive player needs to protect himself. I don't throw the ball to certain areas because I was afraid certain players would get knocked out. That's the reality. I didn't throw it down the middle when I played Ray Lewis because he knocked him out the game, and I couldn't afford to lose a player.
Hmm.
Okay. And then this is the interesting part of that whole conversation is I'm about to play this right now.
I mean, a lot here, Sam. Listen, first off, let me just preface this. I love Tom, the GOAT, but
You don't need to say that.
But
You need to say it. Just kidding.
first off, he hasn't been retired that long. He was just playing. Like, he just won a Super Bowl in the current game. Like, is he discounting that one? And then my biggest complaint with this, and no offense to you guys, well, all three of you guys, uh, he played in the most uncompetitive division, I think, in NFL history. I mean, you come out of training camp, the biggest cupcake division, you got a ticket to the playoffs right away. Like, talk about mediocre. Like, I completely disagree.
Rex Ryan is funny in that clip.
I know he's referencing the rule.
He's hilarious.
No, Rex Ryan was hilarious. So I think I will let you go first because we
No,
definitely
no, no. Go ahead. Go ahead. No, 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 no,
no, we're gonna
no,
have
no.
different
No,
opinions.
no. Go ahead. No, no. We are. Wait, go ahead. Go ahead. You start.
Okay. No, I just feel like I did a lot of talking, so you go ahead. I was talking so
No, no,
much.
no, no. You can start. You can start. You really can.
All right.
Because most of the things I'm gonna say is probably gonna be like a rebuttal to what you're saying. So you might as well
I
start.
mean, isn't that how different opinions? You know what? It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, but again, if it's a rebuttal, it means you have to go first. And for me, it's rebuttal. Does that make sense?
That's fine. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter who goes
Okay,
first.
cool,
As long as
cool.
you let me talk, I will let you talk. And then, if we have to add more to it, then, as long as that happens, then I'm fine. So, first of all, I'm going to address Thomas, Edward, Patrick. Am I missing one?
No, you got it.
Thomas, Edward, Patrick,
You had it backwards, but Thomas Patrick Edward Brady. But go ahead.
whatever,
You good.
whatever his name is. And I'm going to call him your goat because we both know my goat. Yeah, stats withstanding, right? I mean, if we're looking at what he's done for the game, Tom Brady's unparalleled. There's no one that's gonna touch him, right? So I love Tom Brady. I'm gonna say just like Alex
You
Smith said.
don't. You don't. You don't. You hate Tom
No,
Brady.
I love Tom Brady. Actually, you're right. I fucking hate him, so fuck him. So, but a lot of what I'm going to say is not coming from that statement. So I'm going to piggyback of what Alex Smith said. He's fucking
Hmm.
right. The, I'll give you three: the AFC South, the AFC East. What was there's another one where like literally training camp you were almost guaranteed a playoff spot because you're going to win that division when they played. Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, they literally played in the worst divisions in football. Um am I missing one? Because somehow and then when Tom Brady left the AFC East and went to the NFC South, he was again because even in his last season, I don't wasn't didn't he go into the playoffs with a bad not a great it wasn't
9-8 record.
right.
No, 9-8 or 10-6. No, 9
No,
seven.
the last season where the Cowboys destroyed them and that was how he left football. Anyways,
Yeah.
besides the point. So like you're playing in those divisions, right? So you can't you want to talk about mediocre, you live inside of mediocre. While that doesn't pertain to almost what he's talking about because in every so this is my thing, in every facet of football, in every era of football, there is going to be that team that you can man, this team fucking sucks. The coaching sucks. The development of young players on this team sucks. And if we're looking at today's game, where there's almost an even, well, shit, this season seems like it's almost an outside of the Eagles and maybe the Cowboys. It looks like there's almost an even playing field everywhere, right? Okay, take away the bottom two um of every division. The top
Hmm.
two, the top two it's not an easy path. At this point, it doesn't look like there's a very clear winner for a division. Uh, um,
Hmm.
so again, so that as well. But Tom Brady's talking about the rule changes. We've
Hmm.
done this show before with Tom Brady. This is the second time he's made a fucking statement where we've said, "What are you talking about?" Because if we look at some of those rule changes, the NFL made some of those rule changes. To me, there's a reason why a lot of those rule changes happened. One, your quarterback the when the game started transforming into like a quarterback heavy, a pass heavy game, the
Hmm.
quarterbacks started dropping back more. They started holding the ball a lot longer. Then you're not turning around and handing the ball off as much, right? As before when it was
Hmm.
ground and pound. So now you got to protect that. That quarterback automatically became a big asset in the NFL. Tom Brady was one of those big assets, and after that season where he went down, and it looked like the Patriots didn't make the playoffs, and I'm pretty sure the NFL lost money because the Patriots did not make the playoffs because everybody in America wanted to see Tom Brady again in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
What did they do? Okay, you can't tackle below the waist on a quarterback because if you hurt him, that's that's the thing. You can't now this, and then bouncy gate happened. And then when bouncy gate happened, the NFL was like, okay, now you can't lead with the crown of your head for, to hit somebody,
Mm-hmm.
because guess what? Not only are you going to hurt yourself, you're going to hurt the other player. CTE is involved. A bunch of things are happening, so they're trying to make the game safer for everybody, not just. And when I say trying to make the game safer, they're also trying to make it safer on every level. Because if the NFL makes a rule saying watch how you hit, guess what? You're going to start from Pee Wee football saying we can't.
Mm-hmm.
You got, because you got to coach that all the way up. So yes, Rodney Harrison, Ray Lewis, Troy Polamalu, Vontez Burfict,
Ed, Ed Reed,
a bunch of
Ronnie
players,
Lott,
Ronnie Lott, a bunch of
JJ Watt.
players. Yes, a bunch of players will not make it in today's game. I mean, Rodney Harrison could still play football before he retired, but because the NFL was getting into his pockets, my man was like, "Nah, this isn't worth it anymore." Right? And now, so
Mm-hmm.
this is the part I gotta ask Tom Brady about. Like, what do you think is the fun of the game, right? Because I don't want to. The defensive players are having to protect the offensive players because at the end of the day, if you are the player known for leading, because the thing about what I think he's missing is the science of it, right? The study says not just the offensive player that gets hit in the head, right? The defensive player as well suffers the same injuries. Granted, his come hold on. Can I finish? Okay. The defensive player will also suffer the injuries because again, you are impacting. It's all about the impact. So you hit against another object. Yes, that all those things is impact, and whichever both brains is because there's been a lot of times where
Being scrambled.
yes,
Both brains being scrambled. Yeah.
right. There's a lot of times that we've seen hits like that happen, and then both players are on the ground, like shaking
Mm-hmm.
up. Right? There's a lot of times, and sometimes, and the thing to me now is a bunch of those NFL players that he mentioned were mean, right? They weren't nice
Mm-hmm.
at all. They weren't like you're not hitting someone that way to like, oh, like yeah, no. You're evil. There has to be a little piece of evil inside of you to say, I want to not see this guy get up after I hit him. It doesn't have to be a huge part of evil, just a little part. And
Mm-hmm.
so maybe Brian Dawkins was a tackler. And that's what's funny is because we had people still tackle. Brian Dawkins will stop you in your tracks. Yes, he's had some questionable hits that won't fly today, but he was a tackler. So my question to Tom Brady is, yes, you don't want to throw the ball in the middle of the field but then that to me personally, because I played offense, right? That takes
Mm-hmm.
away from the fun of the game because if yes, you instill the fear of God in the receiver so that when he or a tight end so that when he goes into the middle of the field and he hears do 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 do, you short arm a ball because you know the moment your hands hit that shit, you might get lit.
Mm-hmm.
Pause.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately, the NFL is a product. Player development is not on the NFL. Player
Mm-hmm.
development is on the teams and the coaches. You draft a player
Mm-hmm.
like Bryce Young, you get a
Mm-hmm.
coach who can coach his abilities, you develop the player that way. So if Tom Brady feels a certain way about coaching and player development, talk to the teams, right? Granted, that feeds into the product that is the NFL. This is where, if you want to talk to the NFL, I think you address officiating, right? Not necessarily the NFL, because the Players Association has to sign off on certain rule changes. The Players
Mm-hmm.
Association, because before the NFL makes a rule change, everybody sits down together, everybody talks about it. It's not just something the NFL
I'm
is
listening.
not. I know the NFL is not just a body that can just decide on what to do and then everyone just had it's not it's quote unquote democracy. Everybody sits down, they vote, and then they present it. Everyone signs it and everyone agrees to it. You
Mm-hmm.
cannot then if it comes down to on the field, right? It comes down to the coaches, to the refs and how they call certain things. Not question. Well, you can answer this later. So, question: certain players are always going to take advantages of certain rules, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward, rewind to basketball real quick. Until the foul rule changed, right? James Harden
Mm-hmm.
was dropping 50 points, because he would get 20, and then the other 30 he'd get on the
He was
line.
shooting. He was shooting more free throws than teams.
And yes,
I think for 3 seasons he shot more free throws than like 3 or 4 teams.
so certain people will take advantages of certain things, and so the NBA looked at the product
Naturally.
and said, so naturally, if you have a problem with that, that is something that's going to happen until again the NFL addresses it. I saw a hit
Mm-hmm.
on Josh Allen that got called for roughing the passer, where he got
Mm-hmm.
tapped, and what did he do? He flew back. He dove. Things like
Mm-hmm.
that are part of the game. Look at soccer. There are players who take advantage of
Biggest floppers in the world.
right. I
Mm-hmm.
think those are things that are unfortunate because when the rules are changing, things like that will happen until the rules got to catch up to certain things. Tom
Mm-hmm.
Brady did not complain about certain rule changes when he was throwing 4,000 yards a season. He was throwing 30, 40 touchdowns a season. You're not complaining because for you to do that, Tom Brady is not throwing 4,000 yards and 30 plus touchdowns a season playing against Ronnie Lott, playing against those guys when back in the day, right? You're not doing that.
Mm-hmm.
When the NFL starts softening up the rules and softening up how you can come for receivers and targets, granted, Tom
Mm-hmm.
Brady is what he is, but his numbers also looked better in a certain era, which is why when Alex Smith said, "Didn't you just win a Super Bowl in this mediocre era against
Mm-hmm.
arguably the best offense?" There's a rule that people call the Tom Brady rule that again he took advantage of. Well, he made granted it happened for him, and he took advantage of. And then the NFL again, things happen. There's a reaction to it, and then things change. If Tom Brady wants to make the NFL different or wants to apply for change in the NFL, Tom Brady should do
Mm-hmm.
what? Tom Brady should try to apply for players association president and make changes that way. The floor is yours, partner.
Okay.
I'm gonna
You
mute
just
myself
spoke
because
for
I know
like
I'm gonna mute myself because I know I'm going to talk while you're talking. And so let me just go
you
ahead.
just spoke for like 7 minutes that I pretty much damn near lost my train of thought on this one because you just spoke so much. I'm like, what do I tackle first? Okay. All right. Don't mute yourself because I want this to be a conversation, not just me rambling for 7 minutes. Okay.
Shade.
If your comp if your company
That
a little
was
bit
fucking shade.
um
Like a little bit. Get out of here, man.
bro, that's who we are. Okay.
That's fine.
So
That's fine.
no, but okay. If your company says, hey, tomorrow we're no longer taking 30-minute breaks, we're gonna push it to 45 minutes. What are you doing?
Uh, give me my 45 minutes. Thank you. Yes. Give me that
Great.
extra 15. Yes.
If a coworker, burned themselves, eating their lunch, and they complain because it's taking, they don't have enough time to eat, and they push it to 45 minutes, everybody's taking advantage of it. Everybody's loving it, right?
Thank you. Yes.
Okay, cool, absolutely. Um, Two things can be true. You can criticize something and still take advantage of it. Unfortunately, that's human nature because all those advantages that you're talking about, he took advantage of every single one of them. The rule changes, he took advantage of them. Like you mentioned the NBA, like when James Harden, the side to side swipe.
Yeah.
Oh,
When he was
everybody took
doing
advantage of that.
and
He
dropping
was just
50.
better with it.
Yeah.
CP was doing it, KD was doing it, a lot of guys was doing it, but it worked for him. So it worked for him more because he did it more and he took advantage. So with that being said, just because he criticized it, he didn't say like oh yeah, absolutely, I would never pay into this NFL because of those rule changes. No, he didn't say that. He simply said, I see a problem with the fact that, because now you're looking at it, you say, oh, there's more of a balance in the NBA or in the NFL now. More teams are more even now. So everybody's just on the same playing field. Is that what you're saying? More or less? This because it's more even, right? So everybody's on more or less equal ground.
I think there's a 60. They're top teams, and they're
Mm-hmm.
less. I think. I mean, in the AFC, when Peyton Manning and Tom Brady were playing, there were two of them, right? There was just
Mm-hmm.
there was the
Okay.
Colts and there was the Patriots. Now there is
Yeah.
in the AFC, there's the Colts. I'm sorry, there's not the Colts. God forbid. There's well, until they get their shit together, there's the Bills, the Bengals, there's Kansas City. There's
Yes, the
there's more,
Jags is looking good.
there's more of it,
The Dolphins looking good.
and it's not.
Yeah.
And don't get
So
me wrong, it's not mediocre. They're all
mhm.
like looking good.
Okay. So, but the thing is though, the way law of averages work is
Hmm.
if 50, 60% is more or less on the same playing field, that makes them literally just average. And another word for average,
No,
another a word for average.
it's not midi. And this is where
Okay.
we have a
Okay.
problem. So go ahead.
Okay. So with
Yeah,
that
no,
being
I
said,
want
right,
to hear
and
you talk.
again, don't get me wrong, I don't agree in terms of the game has become so mediocre. But I do agree that they've been calling a lot more nonsense, in today's NFL than they have in years past. And I think like last year or the year before, we had a show about that when Jake was here, and he was saying, "Oh, the NFL's gotten soft. And there's no more hard hitting guys." And I said, he said the hard hits have reduced. I was like, you know what else was reduced? The CTE. So it's not necessarily a bad thing that a lot of rules has changed because again, a lot of the guys who played in years past, these guys their brain is scrambled like right now.
Yeah, they can't
So
walk.
it's not
There's all these
okay.
like
So
lingering things. Yeah, and then
so so the rules being changed doesn't necessarily mean like, oh, it was for the worst. The league is the worst thing it's ever been. Nobody's watching anymore. That's not what he's saying. But he's saying though, for example, the same way guys will tell you, oh, back when I was playing ball, back when I played ball, we didn't call them 60 fouls. Like, when you see a guy do, like that James Harden did with the side swipe, when you see a guy do that in basketball, oh, that pissed me off. I'm like, are you serious? This is where the game is done to now? And I hated it. But,
right,
but you know what I didn't but you know what I didn't do? I didn't stop watching basketball.
right.
I just stopped saying, "Oh yeah, the game is trash." I'm never watching the game anymore because of those things. So with that being said, again, two things can be true. He can criticize, the NFL for the rules because, like he's saying, back then players had to do a little bit more. They had to think a little bit more. A quarterback had to think twice before throwing the ball in certain areas because you understand that
Mhm.
you're putting your guy in danger here. Because when you're a quarterback, you
You're
understand
not
that you're
gonna get an
throwing.
argument from me on that point. You did,
Yeah, no, okay.
and
So
go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I'm gonna cut you off.
No, you're saying you're not gonna argue on that point.
You're not gonna get like honestly, yes. There was some times when Peyton Manning would throw the ball, like a receiver like Austin Collie stopped playing in the NFL like maybe 4 or 5 seasons into his career because Peyton Manning put
Mm-hmm.
him in danger a lot. There was a time when Austin there was like, and then back then when the concussion protocols are better now than they were.
Yeah.
Austin Collie would sit out. You would have to sit out one game, right, or a couple of games until you're clear. Now, right, it's a couple.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah,
whatever happens.
nowadays, yeah, you have to be clear. That's why Tua missed like 4 games last season.
Right.
Or three.
Austin Collie would sit out a quarter or a half. That
Hmm.
shit is crazy.
Okay, but you
So
see,
yes,
the thing is
no,
though,
no, no, no. So yes,
yeah,
those things, those rules are better now, right? For player
hmm
safety. And I think there's also money behind it because the NFL currently pays out retired players, right? They pay out retired players. They have
hmm
to. There's a pension plan in the NFL where and so if you think about it, right, the sicker you are, the more your healthcare
the more
costs,
they have to pay out, of course, of
right?
course.
And
That's how
so if we
healthcare works.
if we can I personally think there's also a future aspect to some of the rules, right? If we can mitigate some of that for these players,
Of course,
we can,
it's always, bro.
there's always, always
You
about
can
money,
trace everything. You can always trace everything back to money, bro.
right?
So yeah.
Ultimately, but again, someone that played, and I wanted to ask you this when we came to this topic, right? You have a son.
Mm-hmm.
Would you have let your son play like pre Bounty Gate?
Pee wee football now, pee wee football back then.
Yeah.
I'm not letting my son play football now.
Okay. Okay.
Like maybe when he reaches like junior high school, high school at some point, maybe depends on his growth, depends on a number of things. But
So it would
right now,
ultimately
absolutely
be his.
not.
It would. So I'm saying, would you let him play football? Period. Okay, you know,
Me.
like would you look at your son and look at the game
Mhm.
when it was Rodney Harrison, Vontez, and you go even all the way
Mhm.
back and say he was coming up in around that area. He's like, would you say football is what I want to put you in? Like purposefully look at the game as
No,
let's say, okay, that's it.
no,
That's all. Yeah, and
no,
but
bro. Okay,
you
hold on.
said
I didn't.
now
Okay,
ultimately it would be his decision, right?
no, 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 no. Even now, up until a certain point, I'm not. I'm saying no to it.
Okay.
Up until a
Oh,
certain
you wouldn't
point.
let your
Okay,
young son is what you're saying in era.
absolutely
You
not.
wouldn't let your young son. All
Absolutely
right,
not.
bet.
Absolutely not.
So high
Yeah,
school, maybe
because
past that.
because here's the thing. I played football like my last year in high school, and
Mhm.
I played that because I went to like I'm like oh yeah because I had gone through a growth spurt. I was coach like hey you know what let's see about that. I went to practice. I took one hit, bro. I'm telling you. I listen. I'm running because I was fast. I'm running. I see the ball coming. I grabbed the ball, made the catch. By the time I came down, I got dropped by this kid named I forgot what his name was, but this dude hit me. I woke up on the bench.
Oh, you.
I woke
Oh,
up on the bench in
so I'm
practice.
guessing you played around when I played, like when those
Yes,
hits were
yes,
legal.
yes, yes. So again, at the time, even though I was like 5'10", maybe 5'11", 180 pounds, this dude was like 6'4", like 250, 260. So when he hit me, I woke up on the bench. After that, I was like, so maybe I should go back to basketball.
Let me go shoot corner threes and call
Let
it
me
a
go shoot corner threes
go shoot corner threes.
because here's why it's because I know myself. It's because I know that I'm not going to be a sportsman if I'm about to hit me like that. I'm not
Mhm.
gonna be a sportsman. You
That's
hit me
fair.
like that, I'm dropping you.
Trust me, that's very fair. It takes a lot of discipline for you to get up from someone leveling you to say, you know what, it's
Yes.
part of the game.
See, because I understand that, I'm like, you know what, let me take myself out of that. So again, so I understand, like in terms of, rule changes, I understand all that. But I'm simply saying, and also, I know we spoke about it via text, but like Alex Smith talking about, oh, but then he got it from
Come
those
on.
same
No,
rules.
no, don't
I'm
don't
like,
don't
bro,
don't punish
bro.
don't
I'm
punish
like
the
you.
don't punish the messenger, bro. That's all I'm
I'm
saying.
like you played in this. I'm like you played the same era. You played those same rules. You were below average.
Okay. That's
You were
fair.
below average.
But okay, so now can I
Career wise, bro.
uh-huh.
Career wise, if you take away every bit of if you take away one touchdown for every interception Alex Smith has, he has like maybe 70 touchdowns in total for his whole career.
Yeah, it's very not
He's very below average.
yeah.
So when he's saying that, oh well, didn't you play with those rules 3 years ago? Motherfucker, when did you play with those rules? Because you didn't make it work for you at all, at no point in your career.
That's
So,
okay. I mean, but
but yeah,
but ultimately, so it's funny. We did say when I was thinking about it, I'm like, yo, we were about to go back and forth so hard. We didn't, and I'm honestly very surprised because I think you're very reasonable about the fact. Yes, two things can be absolutely true because of the rules.
hmm
The game itself is going to suffer a little bit, but I think in years' time, officiating is going to be better. I don't look at it as okay, the NFL made the game worse or the NFL made the game mediocre. I look at it as the NFL made rules changes, and until the officiating can really really grasp, because as you said, they're on the field, right? The NFL is giving them the rules, and the people on the field
hmm
to enforce the rules are the ones deciding this is a foul, this is not a foul, this is a penalty,
hmm
this is not a penalty. And until that gets better, the product itself will not. So maybe the NFL has to come back after the season and look at officiating and say, because but it's also a really hard thing. I think all of this is really difficult because a lot of those refs they're not new. They're all part of the system from players come and go, and I don't. The referees are the ones who almost stay. Like certain referee
they
groups
last they last a lot longer.
a lot longer. So you have to tell someone who's been calling things a certain way to say, "Oh, you can't call this," or "You, if you see this, call this." You understand? Like, so it makes things a little difficult. And so I think with the years, So unless the NFL is going to rotate their officiating team with the years, you're going to see, I think that the product improves because again, um, it sucks that I want to go back to this, but James Harden's shooting percentage or score, like, not shooting percentage is probably up around the same. His scoring, however,
Hmm.
since he left Houston and since those rule changes have happened,
Hmm.
is
Has dropped significantly.
dramatically different. Yes, so
Yeah,
and it's again, it brings fairness to the game because like those things that he was doing, he can't get away with. The
yeah,
flopping,
you realize that one of the reasons why Houston couldn't actually win, couldn't go all the way, is because when the playoff came around, when the playoff came around, they stopped calling those calls. Those little nonsense calls they were giving them all season. They
yeah,
stopped calling them.
so technically, to me, in season calls can hurt, right? Because that ultimately
Hmm.
it can stop you from getting to where you need to get to, right? If you need
Hmm.
one call and one shot, and that's the last game to make the playoffs, that can hurt you.
Yeah,
But every single time in the playoffs, those things kind of stop. They let you play
yeah, let you play. Let you play. Yeah.
in every game, and even in the NFL. Some like the thing I saw with Josh Allen, that it pissed me off, and that's why my heart was so happy when they lost because that was not a roughing the passer call. That he literally got touched,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Oh, come on,
No,
Josh."
but okay, roughing the passes is one of those that they often roughing the passes is one of those they often have to get
It's one of those
wrong.
that they get wrong. They get it wrong a lot of the time
And that and like passing interference. Do it NFL need red flags to call? No, no, absolutely not.
because it will slow the game
Because
down.
the games are 3 hours long. We don't need this to be longer. No,
Yeah, because that means you got
especially
teams will abuse that.
and,
Like
and again, and,
Bill Belichick will abuse the shit out of that. I don't give a shit what
yeah,
anybody.
and again, and listen, if you're gonna have it, I guess you could start it. You could start with, like, you get one per game type of thing.
True.
I guess you can get one per game, like the NBA get the challenge. You could start with that if
But see, now that's
yeah.
the thing. So
So
with that call, right? So they called a roughing and pass on Josh Allen, and then they let
mhm.
that slay. I think what the refs do sometimes is if you think you made a bad
make
call,
up make up calls, yeah, make
make
up
up
calls, yeah.
all the time.
Just like everything else, like the Oscar. I feel like Oscar. They give people Oscars for, like, certain missed movies.
Right, right. So like,
Like they
yeah,
didn't give Leo, they didn't give Leo, the Oscar for like 10 movies, but they give him
they
for
gave him
The Revenant.
the Revenant, which I thought was not that. It's
It
whatever.
was it was
I mean, he
it was
acted
mid.
really good in it, but the movie
It
itself
was
was
mid.
yeah.
He's acted better. He's acted better in a lot of other movies.
Right. Because he should have won. He definitely
So,
should have won for The Departed. Like, definitely
oh
should
yeah,
have
for
won.
sure. First of all, The Departed, Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah, bro, he's there's a lot. Man,
Yeah,
maybe we should
bro.
do an Oscar show because it seems like you know a little something. You know a little something. But yeah, so
Bro, I know things, bro.
right.
I
I'd be
drink and I know things.
I'd be surprised. I'd be psyched. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, that's I think that's the thing I wanted to talk about. I think it was really weighing on my heart because what makes me sad about it, and someone said I read a comment that said, how come when Peyton Manning, for to Alex Smith's rebuttal, is how come no
Mhm.
one talks about when Peyton, no one's asked Peyton Manning why he played in the mediocre division. You want to know why? Peyton Manning knows he played in the mediocre division, so he's not gonna say something like what this sound. This is the only thing where we might d- really disagree.
Mhm.
It sounds to me like Tom Brady is finally out, and I can talk all the shit I want to talk, right? Because if Tom Brady said this while he was playing, someone had said, "Okay, leave your fucking division and go to the NFL East, NFC East, or leave your division and go to." I mean, a lot of divisions are mediocre because when Seattle was going to the playoffs every year, mediocre as fuck. I mean,
Bro,
like,
when there's 14, when there's 4 teams in the division and they play each other twice, you're not going to get a bunch of. You're not going to get 4 good teams. It's
right.
impossible for them to be 4 good teams.
Because it's
It's
crazy.
impossible for them to.
Because in what I remember when niggas used to rest their teams in like week 11, bro. Like when it was 16 games, like week 11, you're already resting players. Like that's what I'm saying. So the NFL was like, all right, because then the product started suffering. The NFL was like, okay, we're going to now start making divisional games at the end of the season. So like you need to play those games. Like
Yeah, and also, and then it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna add extra game also. We're gonna do. The NFL understand that, they understand that the money behind it, and so they do things like that.
he was, and I think
First of all,
Here we go.
Anthony, you're wrong.
I know Anthony to come because he always be coming in on some hot shit.
Yeah, he's coming. He always coming violent, and also, telling the greatest football player of all time means he shut up, because the rules
All
change
right,
is
all right,
absurd. That's wild to me.
all right,
That's
all right. Let's
one.
move
And
on, man. Let's
secondly, he didn't shut up because because the rules were because of him. Guess what? He was the product. He was the money maker. When Tom Brady didn't play, guess who lost money?
the
The
NFL.
entire league. So
Yeah,
yes, they made rules.
he
They
made
made rules for him.
exactly. And
So
so
duh,
he can sit down and
he
be
can say
quiet
whatever the fuck he wants now.
he, because now he's not playing anymore. And
Exactly,
he sounds like the old man yelling at the crowd, bro. That's what he sounds like to me. Like
bro. You think when LeBron you think when LeBron retires? Sorry, I had to take a sip before reading that comment. Um, you think when LeBron retires, he's not gonna be like, yo, these guys were bums? You think he's not gonna say that, even if you don't say it out loud?
I mean, he did.
You think when,
Didn't he just say it though? Like he said, oh man, like he made a tweet. He was like, man, Bronny plays better than some of the people playing. Right? He did say that.
okay, so again, and guess what? Guess what? The NBA, LeBron has been the NBA's baby for 21 years now. Like since he got in the league,
Bro.
he's been like, okay. So again, so when
Actually,
you're a
I
superstar,
haven't shouted year 21 in any of these podcasts that
bro,
we've done.
when you are a superstar, when you are the product, when you are the money maker, you can say and do whatever the fuck you want. That's the reality.
All right,
So yeah, Brady could talk now. He could say whatever he wants now. Why?
but
Because he spent 20 years making the NFL,
it's
what it is.
but he wasn't the only one. But, okay, never mind. I'm not
I
gonna
didn't say
get
he was the only one, but I'm saying for 20 years he was the golden boy, bro.
but he does sound like old man yelling at the clouds a little bit, and you gotta admit that. Like, don't
Bro,
say he has the right to do that.
bro,
Like you're
ESPN runs 24/7. Fox Sports runs 24/7. These show, bro, they have something to talk about at every single chance or every single day. So of course, then people are gonna be talking, whether it's Brady or somebody else saying it. Because guess what? You know who else said exactly what he said? A bunch of analysts. A bunch of analysts said exactly the same thing he said. Exactly the same thing he said. In fact, some of them said it worse.
you're not taking that statement Tom Brady made from Trent Dilfer. I know that for a fact.
Okay, but I'm saying though. But
Also,
my
Dilfer's
point is,
statement doesn't go any further than wherever it is because it's when it comes
my
from Tom
point
Brady,
is,
it hit
my
different.
point is, he didn't say something brand new. He didn't say something nobody ever heard before. He didn't come out of nowhere and say, "Oh man, I cannot believe this. This kid needs to get off my yard." No, he's saying something that a lot of people have already been saying for months, for years now.
Mm, all
Even
right,
when he was still playing, people were saying it.
all right,
So
I get it.
especially when things like the Montez Burfict happened, especially when things like when some guys get concussion, is he not like these things happen all the time. These guys have been talking about it for years. But as soon as Brady say it, oh, I can't believe he said this.
Oh yeah. I mean, Rodney
Fuck out
Harrison
of
was
here.
like, "Why can't I just play football, bro? Because you want to kill someone. Like, you can't just play football. Like,
Exactly.
ultimately, you just can't play that way. And so the rules are going to change. Honestly, this is how I see the rules are going to change, and it comes down to officiating. And I don't think you should yell at the NFL. I think you should yell at because you know what it is. The NFL is a bigger scapegoat than yelling at a fucking ref. End of story.
That ref, no, first of all, yelling at a ref is the most nonsensical thing I can think of
It's dumb.
because that guy showed up to do a job so he can go home and pay his bills. I
Just like
promise you that's what he came to do.
just like
Like a
you.
lot of times, listen, I'm like the same way you don't want to be at work sometime, they don't want to be at work sometime. Can you imagine? Like
Work
officiating a game?
sometimes, bro. Like
Hmm?
you might
What happened,
you wake up on a bad day as a ref, you might just
bro? Can
you
you hold
might
on?
call
Can
every
you imagine? Can you imagine waking up on a Sunday morning at 5 in the morning because you have to ref a game in Buffalo in January or have to ref a game in Minnesota in the middle of December?
I'm calling every pass interference, bro. Don't touch that
Bro,
receiver.
don't yo, bro, don't even look my way, bro. Like I'm not in the mood. Don't
You
talk
piss
to me.
me
Don't
off.
say nothing to me,
You piss me off. I'm calling. Get out the game. Get out.
bro.
I think you gotta ref like you can't just ref NFL, right? You gotta ref high school. Like you have to have a resume.
Yes, you have to
And I think
level up
there's
to
like
it.
a school too. Like you got to go.
Yeah,
It's either a school or some. You got to get a
a
certification.
training. Yeah, there's a long
It's
training that you have to do. So it's like
it's a process. Anyways, let me
so
ask you
so
this.
so. Mhm.
Let's get off this stupid Brady topic. I'm done with him. What did you feel about the Thanksgiving games? I mean, Detroit is gonna do what Detroit does.
Detroit is like I feel like Detroit should boycott Thanksgiving.
Oh, they should really stop playing on Thanksgiving, bro. Like it's
They
enough.
should boycott Thanksgiving, not just the game. They should boycott Thanksgiving as a whole
Fam, they should save the rest of the country that bullshit because I'm done watching Detroit lose on fucking Thanksgiving, bro. I'm done. It's enough.
because it's a waste of your time, sir.
Bro, it's you know what's going to happen as soon as the game starts. Doesn't matter how, like
Yes,
Detroit could be leading and bro, it's over. By the fourth
they're
quarter,
not. They
somehow,
cannot play on Thanksgiving, bro.
bro, it could be 21-0 at the fourth quarter with 4 minutes left, and somehow Detroit gonna lose that game. It makes no sense. Do you
Yo,
understand? Like,
hold on.
I promise you.
You know,
Go ahead.
you know this picture right now. You know this picture right now.
21 up
Detroit is up 28-3 on Thanksgiving
Thanksgiving, bro, and still somehow
against
manages
it's just somehow. Yep,
against Kyler
that's what I'm
Murray right
picturing.
now and the Arizona Cardinals, and somehow lose that game, bro.
Yes,
It's a thing. It's a thing
because James Conner is gonna look like CMC.
AMC, bro. That's the day he decides to. Oh, and Pittsburgh fired Matt Canada, and guess what they decided to do? Put up 400 plus yards of offense. Your
For the
boy,
first time in 60 games.
your boy Najee Harris looked like an actual NFL player. What
Who?
the Never mind. Never mind. I'm.
Okay,
Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving.
cool.
Let me see. The Cowboys, man. Okay. So this is what I'm gonna say, right? This is
Hmm.
this pisses me off. And granted, this is kind of
Bro,
funny.
question, bro, question.
Even though Kirk Cousins did win a primetime game against Buffalo, so take that back. Take it back right now. Thank you.
That's a primetime game.
It doesn't
One.
matter.
Uno.
The monkey's off his back. Go ahead. Go ahead. What's the comment? What's the question?
No, no, no. No, no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so this is the thing, right? I mean, it's true and it's false, right?
Hmm.
They say the Cowboys are only good when they beat bad teams, right? So, is it their fault? Like,
Yes.
listen, because if you don't beat a bad team, guess what happens? Oh, you couldn't beat because when they lost to Arizona, it was pandemonium, right? So that
Hmm.
you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. I don't like that necessarily
No,
because
but people say it. But people say it because it's like beat the good team so that we can believe you're good.
how many good teams have they played? They only played San Francisco so far,
They
and
play San Francisco. They play Eagles. Oh, hold on.
I think they've
Let
only
me
like
see.
really played like a two-ish good teams, two two over 500 teams, right?
Um, no. Who's
I
hosting the play?
can't.
Let me
I
see.
can't, Anthony. I can't. Look at this. Look at this comment. I cannot. You got me there, bro. You really got me there.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't think they have, bro.
No, they've not
They
beat.
didn't beat a single team that's over 500.
They've not beat a 500 team, and that's okay, right? Because
No, it's not okay.
then
Because guess
they get
what,
to playoffs, and then things are gonna
bro, bro, the Cowboys making the playoff was never the thing to concern about because they always make the playoff and they
Mhm.
always lose in the first game.
Right. I mean, last year they beat. Never mind. In the first game
Who
of the
they beat
playoffs,
last year? Who they play last year?
that press out through five. Was it five touchdowns? It was. They beat. I almost said the Patriots. They
Bro,
beat
seriously, who they beat last
Tampa
year?
Bay. Tampa Bay.
Oh, oh hi CP. Come,
They beat Tampa
hey,
Bay last year. And then Miami's another one of those teams, right? They play the Jets. Oh man, the Jets are just
Miami cannot beat good teams.
the Jets.
Cowboys cannot beat good teams.
The Jets are the worst. Like honest, there's Arizona Cardinals, and then there's I don't no. As a matter of fact, the Jets are the worst team to watch in football.
Yes.
Like they're it's like they're a bad team, right? Because there are other bad teams, but the other bad teams are fun to watch. The Jets,
Arizona is a bad team that is fun to watch.
that's fun to watch. The Jets,
Chicago is a bad team that is fun to watch.
shit. The Patriots are a bad team, and they're fun to watch because is he gonna sit him this week? Is he gonna play him the
They're
whole
not
game?
fun to watch, bro. Bro,
Well,
come
not
on,
for
bro.
you, but it's fun
Bro,
because
no, 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 no. They're not fun to watch because they don't do anything good on the field. They don't do nothing good on the
no,
field,
but
bro.
I think the fun aspect of the Patriots is like, is Bryce no not Bryce Young, is Marcoco Jones gonna sit? Are they gonna start Billy Zappi? Like that's a fun kind of like, ooh, that's a
Bro,
fun game.
when your options are literally McCorkle Jones
Billy Zappi.
and Bailey Zappi, first of all,
Oh
Bill
shit.
Belichick is a terrible, terrible,
Oh,
terrible, terrible. Okay. Bill Belichick is a terrible, terrible, terrible anything other than a coach.
judge of talent.
Wherever else he's on the team, talent scout, team president, manager, whatever else he does on the team, the only thing he could do is coach. And even the coaching, I'm questioning his coaching abilities
Questionable now.
because
So let me ask you: do you think what Brady said was a shot at Bill? You know, coaching is da 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 da. It was a shot at Bill a little bit, though. I think it was talking to his old coach. Ultimately, I don't think Bryce Young is a bust. I think he wasn't a fit for that team. I think he wasn't a fit for that coach
Bryce Young was not meant for that team. I don't know why they drafted him.
because the owner. I think was he the owner? I think the owner wanted him.
Bryce Young is
The
four
owner
foot
wanted him
nine. He's 4'9". He
because
cannot be a
somebody
rookie
told him, hey,
starting on that team.
someone said, hey, look at Kyler Murray. He's doing it. Look at what's his name? He's
Kyler
doing
Murray is 5'2". Like Bryce Young is even shorter than that. Like
really?
Kyler Murray is taller than Bryce Young, and that's wild to think about. Actually,
That is fucking wild to think of. Yeah, I'm about to look that up.
because Kyler Murray can hide behind you, and you will never notice he's there.
That's wild. Let me see.
I'm actually gonna look up how tall they both are.
Me too, bro. Like what?
Kyler Murray is 5'10".
Mark
Okay.
Cuban is selling owner. He's selling majority stake of the Mavericks.
Oh, I lied. Both Bryce Young and Kyler Murray are both 5'10".
Yeah. So I mean, 5'10" is not short. Maybe 5'10" is NFL short.
5'10" is NFL. No, 5'10" NFL quarterback short.
Quarterback short. Yeah, it's quarterback short.
Yeah, because Justin Herbert is 6'6". That means he can literally look over the entire defensive line.
Right. Oh man.
He's going to end up in a very depressive state. He's depressed right now. Have you not seen the man play football?
I'm sure he's depressed, bro. Like
Bro, Bill Belichick is your coach. That's depressing already. Because that man has nothing good to say about anybody ever,
he drafted you.
including Tom Brady.
He drafted you, man. Oh, but to end this week of football, let me just say one thing. What makes my heart happy is that we were in a week where the Bills lost.
Bengals lost.
Lamar Jackson won. I mean,
Bengals lost.
since Joe Burrow isn't playing, it's not fun for me to say Bengals lost, but I guess Bengals. No, I promise you, since Joe Burrow is not playing, the hate isn't there.
Is that strong? Because you hate Joe Burrow. Like,
You know what's funny? I don't actually hate Joe Burrow as much as I hate
JTA?
Yeah, as much as I
Yeah.
hate Joshua Trevor Allen, Joe
Mm-hmm.
Burrow, it's not a lot. It's not a lot of hate to him. It's just you're in the same division with my boy LJ8.
Mm-hmm.
And then like for some, I think it was this summer, right? Because I've not been rough on Joe. It was this summer when they were saying,
Mm-hmm.
oh, we're not gonna pay Lamar, but then he gets paid. He's the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. And then they're like, oh, Lamar has to show up, but they never so I think it's the media. But honestly, the
Mm-hmm.
JTA hate, that one is
Mm-hmm.
forever. Joshua Trevor Allen hate is never gonna die. So every time I see something like this, right? Every time I see something like this, oh, I got a new one, bro. By the way, I hope it's here. Oh, please, please, please. Oh no, it's not here. No, hold on. I'm gonna find it. I know it's here somewhere. It's here somewhere, bro. Every time I see something like this, my heart is happy. Like this right here. It's a sad Allen meme, and I love it, bro. I love sad Allen memes. They're the best thing. Like I look forward to them. And granted, he's not gonna be playing this week, so I don't know what I'm gonna look forward to this week. Hopefully, Lamar Jackson can win.
Bro, this week there's no Joe Burrow. There's no Joe Burrow for the rest of the season, but there's no Joe Burrow,
No
no
JT.
JTA.
Right.
Damn, who you gonna hate on?
McCorkle Jones, maybe. Is he playing this week?
Is he even fair?
Maybe,
Point
it
in
doesn't
hating
matter.
him.
It doesn't like yeah. Maybe Kansas
He,
City a little bit, but I can't like. I don't know, man.
you
Oh,
see,
here we
you see,
go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. See what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking. This is exactly why. This is exactly why when Lamar wins, I will next time Lamar wins, I'm making the show about him. I don't give a shit. They're playing this week. This show is going to be a Lamar centric show next week. Be ready. That's all I'm saying. Anyways,
you know, you know, you know. Have you done a show without me yet?
is it coming?
Might be.
Oh shit. If you leave in the middle of the show, that's fine. We started the show, but if you leave in the middle of the show, that's fine. I'm not gonna tell you, but I'm pretty sure you're gonna know. You're gonna know. So it
I'm
doesn't
gonna
matter.
know because you know why? You know why? You know what's gonna happen? In
What?
the middle of the game, you're gonna text me. You're gonna text me 4 hours after the game. Then Monday's gonna come around. We're gonna be watching Monday Night Football. You're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, remember that game that Lamar Jackson won
I
off of
promise you.
something?"
I'm. You know what? I'm going to throw my phone in the fucking river, just so I don't do. Just so I don't do that. Oh man, I love it, bro. I love it because Russell Wilson absolutely cooked this week. You know, and he didn't throw. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
He
Go ahead.
didn't cook. He didn't cook.
Russ was in the kitchen cooking, bro, whipping up them babies. Fuck you talking about? Broncos country. Let's ride. Don't piss
God, I
me
hate
off.
you. I really, really hate you. I really, really, yo.
Let's get into the picks. Let's get into the picks. So I'm gonna just go ahead and pick Dallas right now. Wait, time out. Time out. Is Seattle a 500 team?
Seattle, yes.
Yes. This is Dallas's first legit wins. I need to see your face after you said that. Oh shit. No, that's not what I meant. I didn't mean it like that. I said whip it. You know what? Never mind, man. Like, it's your pick, Weston. Oh, I know you're picking Dallas.
Can we skip that one and go to the next one?
I'm gonna skip your pick. Oh, damn, Indianapolis.
Bro, like, how am I supposed to pick between Dallas and Seattle, bro? I hate both of them. They both suck.
I don't know. One really sucks. And one is good. Like you got to
Who's
pick
good? Who's good?
Dallas.
That's not good.
They are better than Seattle.
I guess Dallas.
Who you got? Indy, Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Wow, I took Indy. Wow, that's crazy. I guess you're back on the King Henry train. Um,
Um, D Hop also.
this might be the first good Thursday game. You're right. You're
No,
right.
it's not gonna be a good Thursday game because Seahawks is gonna suck. Because Geno Smith is gonna get hit by Martha Parsons three times. Fucking Bland is gonna pick him off for a pick six, for another pick six. And Dak Prescott's gonna look like he's gonna look like fucking Peyton Manning in fucking 2010 or whatever the hell season it was. And he's gonna throw fucking 4 touchdowns because Seahawks
You
suck
just
and
mad.
they can't stop him.
You just mad that we are in week 13 and Dak Prescott still has 5 interceptions. Well, how much was the bet again? $200, right? You about to come up. Look, man, this is the game where he throws the rest of the 5. Watch. Just for you. I hope he throws 5 picks. Anyways, LA and New England.
Chargers. That's easy. Because bro, like the Chargers, even though they're a confusing team, because they look like they should be good, but they're not.
Bro, please, like, explain that to me. Because last week against Denver,
Hmm.
I'm so confused. They're a good team, right?
Hmm. They're supposed to be a good team. There's a difference between being good and supposed to be good. They're
Yeah.
supposed to be good. People. Okay, the thing is though, they've been trying to convince us that Justin Herbert is good for 4 years now.
Doesn't he have? Didn't he have the most? Didn't he have the most passing
The most
yards
what?
rookie? Like
Who gives a damn?
Not Bryce. CJ's about to pass him on that. Anyway, Detroit and New Orleans.
Detroit.
Maybe they can
It's not.
win.
It's not Thanksgiving. Detroit's gonna bounce back.
Right. It's not Thanksgiving. Detroit's gonna bounce back. Atlanta and New York Jets. Bruh, Atlanta finally remembered that Bijan Robinson is a player for them. It only took 12
You know.
weeks.
You know. You
It
know.
only
You know.
took
You know.
12 weeks.
You know. Speaking of teams that I hate, you know some of the teams that you hate. I hate the Falcons. I hate the Falcons. Don't get me wrong. I'm thankful for them for giving up a 20 to 3 lead,
Mhm.
to the GOAT, but I hate the Falcons. I hate them. And I hate Arthur Smith. I'm mad that he has my son's name.
He's horrible, bro. He is fucking
I'm mad he
terrible.
has my son's name. I'm really ugh.
Atlanta, New York Jets.
Atlanta. Because the Jets suck. The Jets can't like
The Jets are so
first of all,
bad,
okay,
bro.
okay,
It
hold
doesn't
on,
even make
hold
any
on. Let's
sense.
stop for a second, bro. Benching Zach Wilson to go with freaking like Tim Doyle, Tim
Boyle, I think. Trash.
Boyle.
Like it was just
Bro,
trash,
it's
bro.
it's exchanging Makoko Jones for Billy Zappi all over again.
Literally. And you know what's funny? It's literally the same thing. They're just but I personally think Makoko is better than Zach though. Like I'll say that. But then better than Zach is the bars in hell.
Bro,
So
it's not hard to be better than Zach, bro. The
right.
man has been that good at football. Bro, Zach Wilson has the way he played football is first option, not good. Ooh, okay, get sacked or to like get sacked into an interception. That's all he knows how to do. Look at the first option, and if that doesn't work out, that's
Right.
it.
Right. Arizona and Pittsburgh, bro. Pittsburgh, I think.
Pittsburgh because what you call it? TJ Watt
And
is
I
gonna
think
stop on Kyler Murray.
Arizona is trying to tank.
They're not
They
doing it
they
respectively.
should have definitely kept Mike White. They should have definitely kept
First of
Mike
all,
White.
first of all, first of all,
Go ahead.
what you call it? Mike McDaniel, playing Mac White at the end of that game was
The
petty.
Denver game. The Denver game.
Yes. Hmm.
Yeah. TJ
Yeah.
definitely getting 2 sacks.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Um, Carolina and Tampa. I think Tampa finally might win a game.
Tampa Bay. Wait, is Baker playing?
He should. Is he hurt?
Yeah, I think he had an ankle injury.
I think he plays. I think he's playing.
All right.
Mm, what's Tampa Bay? Miami at Washington. I have Miami. Unless it's cold.
Really?
Which I think
Really?
it's
You're not gonna pick Washington?
man, go ahead, bro.
Miami?
I also
Because
think
because Miami could be bad teams, bro, and Washington's a bad team.
Washington fired the wrong person, or they just scapegoated one person. They should fire Ron Rivera. They shouldn't let him play the season out because I mean he's gonna be going at the end of the season, but they should never let they shouldn't let him play the season out.
Agreed.
He said money line Washington, that payout would be amazing. We're gonna get to that, so I think maybe we should do that one. So I'll cross that game. Um, but the benefits, bro. He's
What is it?
he said Ron Rivera there for healthcare. He's there for the benefits.
That's
Uh,
hilarious.
Denver at Houston. That is a good game.
Ah. Hmm.
I don't know. I like the way Denver is going right now, man. I think they got it.
I'm gonna go Houston.
Okay, that's our. Is that our first one?
No.
Oh, Tennessee.
In Indian Tennessee.
Wow, we've picked almost the same up to that point.
Yeah.
Cleveland at the Rams. I think the
Cleveland.
Rams.
I think Cleveland.
I think the Rams, bro. Well, there we go. That's another one. It's impossible for this sheet to look the same old up and down.
Of course.
San Francisco at Philadelphia. Wow.
Ooh, that's going to be a good game. That's gonna be our game.
Okay.
Hmm. Okay.
I'm going Philly, and I'm gonna take Philly to cover the spread.
I'm going San Francisco money line.
Damn, that's gonna be great. Now that's gonna be a great game. I mean, I guess we already did
That I'm
that.
looking forward to. Yeah.
Um,
And also I'm taking the under for that game.
you're taking the under,
Yep.
man. I think I like the spread. I almost want to go over.
What's the spread?
If I'm gonna go, I'll look it up at the end. Kansas City, Green Bay. I guess Kansas City.
Kansas City.
Cincinnati, Jacksonville. I'm going Jacksonville.
I'm going Jacksonville as well.
And you know what's funny? Watch Jacksonville lose. It always fucking happens, man. All right, let me look up. Let me look up the odds real quick. So Thursday night, Dallas Seahawks. The point spread for Seahawks is plus. Oh well, I mean we're both in Dallas, so I would just give you Dallas line. -8 for the spread, 37 -370 money line. Over under is 46.
46.
I like the over.
I like the over for that one actually because I think
I think that
once
yeah, I
once
think Dallas is
once
gonna
Gino gets picked up a couple of times,
yeah
Dallas is gonna run up with this game.
yeah I think Dallas can run it up, bro.
Yeah.
Cause what we need 37-10.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and if they both
Yeah,
score
I
20
think
points,
that work.
and if they could both score, they could both score 20 points, but one of them can score 30 points.
I mean, yeah, even if it's like freaking 27-20 or
Hmm.
27-21, it's still
Yeah,
valid though.
it's still valid. Yeah. What was the
Yeah.
next one we're picking? So what I have crossed here is Miami, Denver, Philly. Are we gonna do Sunday night
The 1 o'clock games suck, so let's do 2 4 o'clock games.
No, we have a good 1 o'clock game.
Which one's
Um,
that?
never mind.
Okay,
Denver.
thank you.
Yeah, okay, no, the 1 o'clock
So we could
game.
do Denver and Houston, or we could do San Francisco and Philly.
Oh yeah, so let's do Denver and so yeah, let's do Denver. Let's do Denver, Philly, and let's do Denver, Philly. And then we got the two night games. So Denver, Houston. We both okay. So the spread is 3. Um, money line
I like the
Denver
spread.
is 130. Houston is -150. Over under is 44 and a half.
I
If they
like the
both
spread.
score, they can both score.
Yeah, I like the spread, and I like the over.
Yeah, I like the over too. But I'm going money line. I'm going money line here, and I'll go over. You said spread
Hmm.
or over. And then we're going Philly, San Francisco. I think we already did that one, but let me just still drop the boom. Ooh, the spread is 1.5. That's why I took. I just knew it was gonna be something dumb low, so I took it. Over under is 44.5. So you said you were going
I
under
like the
40.
spread. I like the spread.
Right. But you said and then the money line is you have San Francisco. Your money line is plus 105. Phillies is -125. spread is awesome, and I think the damn, do I want to go
What's the
under?
spread?
The spread is 1.5.
Oh yes, yes, that's a good spread in that one.
All right. Damn, the Kansas City one doesn't even sound fun for real, for real. And Green Bay 7 is the spread of 7. Kansas City's minus 300. Over under is 41.5. I like under because I don't know if Kansas City can really score like that anymore. I mean, they did put the beating on Kyler Murray though. What you doing this one, man?
Um, that's a good spread.
Yeah, it doesn't seem fun for real. But then that
It's not.
Monday night is also boring. Is the spread is 8. The Jacksonville one. I like the spread actually. Spread
Well,
money line
mm,
300 for Cincinnati, -4 for Jacksonville. Over under is 14.
I might put money on Cincinnati just just in case, like on FanDuel or something.
Yeah, right. Because just in case, bro, I like the money line for
Yeah,
Cincinnati.
that's what I'm saying. But for that one, I guess I take the money line for Jacksonville.
That makes sense. Over under is 40.5. I like the under.
Yeah, yeah, I like the under on that one too.
And that is the show. Wetson, I'm gonna say it one time on here. Don't forget to go on Pool Host. Don't forget to go on Pool Host, my boy. Thank you, Sad Allen. We're gonna leave on a Sad Allen note. But thank you, man. This was a fun show. I enjoyed doing this one. Granted, again, I'm sorry about Thanksgiving and I'm sorry about not doing Pool Host, but I'm back this week because I gotta make money. We will catch you next week for the same show on the same channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Peace.
Peace.
I keep that Draco when I step. Niggas bitches, they'll talk about you but never say how they feel. Fuck a gang and if you walk with me, don't
Do you look?